to echo his comments that we wouldn't be having this level of conversation if it weren't for all the organizations that are on this call, the good work that you've done, again, informing the public, making sure that we understand the importance of this issue, and really convincing people that it is possible. I've been asked to talk about the fiscal component of Medicaid expansion because we all realize that we're not the only voices in the legislature. We're going to have to get everybody to agree about this, and looking at it from a fiscal perspective is one way that we can make this a nonpartisan issue. We really got to depoliticize this thing. I'll start with some bad news since we're looking at it as a fiscal issue. Bad news is yesterday we forfeited about $5 million in state and local tax revenue. Today we forfeited about $5 million in state and local tax revenue. Tomorrow, every single day, we are losing close to $5 million in tax revenue, never mind productivity and gross domestic product, because we have failed to expand Medicaid in the past. That's a shame, and it really gets the attention of the business community who don't like seeing wasted money, and they like economic activity. And I've been asked to look at this also through the lens of COVID-19 because it affects us all, and like many ailments, again, as Chairman Coleman recognized, this is a matter of bad luck, and we should not allow bad luck to keep people from being productive, particularly when productivity of everybody benefits everybody. So I'd like to depoliticize this. It is time to expand Medicaid now. Before we get into the COVID-19 aspect of it, recognize it has always been the correct thing to do. That has not been from the very beginning, back when it was hyper-partisan, 2010, 11, 12. We still had leading economists working for Republican governors saying, you've got to do this. It's the right thing to do. And Billy Hamilton and Ray Perryman projected the kind of revenue that the state was going to see. And the only thing that's happened is when Ray Perryman updated his numbers last year, they got even better. Okay, he wasn't wrong; he was right. He just didn't. Nobody could foresee how right he really was. So it's even more compelling. What does it look like? Basically, the reason it works so well for us economically is for every dollar the state puts in. For people out there listening, the federal government puts in $9. It is a 90-10 match. In a normal Medicaid program, you've got a 60-40, a $6 to $4 match. But in the expansion population, that group of people that we have neglected to pick up, it's 90-10. It's a heck of a deal. It's such a good deal that between the expenses that we get rid of by paying for them with federal dollars and the economic activity that is generated by bringing in that $9 for every dollar we put in, we actually make money. It's a 331% return over 10 years, estimates Perryman. A lot of it comes in those first 2 years. This could pay for itself in a single biennium, even if we're using general revenue. And most states around the nation, like the other 36 that have done this ahead of us, they're not doing it out of general revenue, sometimes at all, or they just put a portion of general revenue. It's also done with the participation of health providers. It's worked into the medical system. We don't even have to take it out of general revenue. This is a huge revenue driver. I actually talked to other senators about it as a source of revenue, and they didn't get it, but maybe they'll get it now. And because now is a different moment, and it's different because of the momentum that's building nationwide. It's building in Texas. More than 2/3 of Texans favor Medicaid expansion right now. But it's also building because of COVID-19. We're in a whole new world, and it's a scary, difficult world right now. It has decimated our healthcare system. It's decimated our revenue streams, and it's wrecking our economy. We are going to need to put some money in. What better time to bring our federal tax dollars that we're exporting to other states' healthcare systems to bring them back here with that 90-10 match? When we do it, and a couple more stats, and I'll try to wrap this up. We expect about $8 billion to flow into our economy every year from this, and growing over 10 years. When we put $1 of state money in there, it generates economic activity, net increased economic activity of $69 over 10 years, $35 in increased gross domestic product. These are just numbers, but they're big convincing numbers, and they should get the attention of everybody, irrespective of any kind of ideology. This is just the right thing to do. I'm with you morally. I'm with you on the vision to allow people to lead better lives. But when you get down to having a conversation when there's that kind of partisan tension on these issues and some uncertainty, the money don't lie. This is real stuff. We have got to move forward this right now. Last point, we need diversification in our economy. The healthcare sector right now comprises 8.6% of our employment. It's going to grow. People want to be healthy. With the advent of new technologies in telemedicine, with increased better care at home, we're going to see more and more jobs. We're going to see speech pathologists actually getting paid for their work when we expand Medicaid. This could be a huge thing for the stability of our economy, not just the net revenues. So overall, Abbott can do this himself right now. All the people in this call, all the people watching, we need to let him know that now is the time, and he's got our permission. We're not criticizing. We want you to come with us and recognize this is the right thing to do. Same thing with any Republican or Democrat out there. This is the right thing to do for Texas, and we need to do it right now.